recording anyhow. So you can start Vamshi for today. Okay. And one last confirmation. I have given you all the recordings till date. I'm not sure how many of you have checked it. See, we as a trainers, or you can say as if we can guide you during the program. So whatever meetings or recordings that you have, make sure that you have up to date recordings and make sure the notes is available, because after this program we'll be moving to a different team, though we'll be giving you some help, but if there is any gap and if we take more time, then the time to respond will significantly be higher than now. Okay, is that okay for everyone?
Yes, coach. Thank you.
Yeah. And Vamshi, I'll talk to you. Maybe you need to close this team by before third, by third or fourth.
Right. Yeah, sure, Vash.
Okay. Because from fifth we'll have new team.
Yeah, I'll connect with you separately.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, thanks, Vajran. I think I'll start now. So before I start the new topic for today, I wanted to understand yesterday's web-based automation. Did you make any progress? How is it going? For next 5 to 10 minutes, let's see what you have done. Okay, so I'll start with Sri Lakshmi because she was already on mute. Sri Lakshmi, do you want to show me something? Sri Lakshmi, please don't kill our time. Anybody else wanted to share your screen and show me if you have done something?
Yes, I can share my screen.
Yeah, Sushmit, please. Guys, please, let's not kill our time because time is very important for us. So let's start with Sushmit.
Can you
Okay,
see my screen?
I can see. Please explain what you have done.
Okay. First, taken the open browser option where
Okay.
I put the URL as a Excel called onboarding on process form, onboarding process form. Then I've taken the input dialog box where it will take the enter the first name and then the last name and then put it in the variable like string first name and then string second name and then date of birth and then designation. And to type it into type into activity like in the field first field and then second in the second field.
Why
And then
why that second name is showing you that warning message? Did you identify why it's happening?
because I have taken the delay between keys.
Got it. Yeah, go ahead.
And date of birth and then the set text activity for putting the designation.
Okay.
To check and the click activity to identify gender.
What
and
if
check.
What if a female is using a robot?
Then we have to put an if condition over here, I think.
Okay, so this is something we will learn today. Without if condition, without using two click activities, how should our robot automatically work for both the people? So that is something we will learn. Okay, go ahead, Sushmit.
And then the check field and then last option is the click to submit.
Okay, great. Sushmit, one feedback for you. Instead of giving these many input dialog box, please try to give one input dialog box, which is gonna give you like first name Sushmit, comma Datta, comma date of birth, comma designation, comma gender, something like that. So based on that comma, you like not now, maybe after you disconnect this call, try to do this is fine. I'm not saying this is a problem, but the next level thing you can do is give only one input dialog box separated by comma. You should basically do the automation. And I think we discussed this method called split. Did we? Split method. Okay,
no.
so there is concept called string manipulations that also I will cover. But just remember, because for the user, if you're really giving the solution, okay, it will be an irritating task to give these many first name, last name, these many times. I need to give okay, right? Okay, so can you first trigger the process and let's see how it's happening? And I said delay. Why did you put delay?
Because the browser is opening, so it's take time to open the page. So I've taken a 3 minutes delay activity.
3 minutes.
3 seconds, sorry.
Seconds. Okay. Guys, just to tell you, because my training, everything I'm telling you in a real-time scenarios, please avoid using delay activity. Wherever possible, I have other alternatives to tell you. Delay using is not the right activity. Delay, we completely avoid delay until unless it's necessary. Okay, I will tell you what are the other alternatives for delay. Okay, you are giving your date of birth, all of these things. And also, Sushmit, next time, please use that read range activity, whatever I've told you, right, in other day class. Reading the data from Excel will avoid this thing, whatever you are doing now. So that you will learn the data table concept also. You got my point, right? You do the reading the data from Excel sheet and use the for loop for each in data table. I have already some, yeah. Now, whatever you have, because this is only for one person, right? Like you are basically doing it for one person. What if multiple people are working on this? Like multiple people you wanted to add? And
yes, then we need to use the for each activity, I think.
Yeah, you should use for each. So like that, continuously do some improvements, like using, you have already done some level one thing. Now tomorrow use read range activity. And then what if I need to use input dialog box so that I can get the details of all the text boxes at one time. So like that, you can do your own experiments. Did you get employee ID and official email ID? If you are speaking, you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yes, employee ID.
Can you show me the output that you have retrieved this data?
No, I didn't put any Excel file to
No.
retrieve this data.
Did you not put get text activity?
No. Just this.
Yeah. So next time, when you are doing, right, I want you to put this data in an Excel sheet. And then finally, in the last two columns, it should be employee ID and official email ID. So whatever robot is creating, right, in this case, this record where you put Sushmit Datta, for him, employee ID is 118 and official email ID is Sushmit.datta. So these details you have to update to Excel sheet back.
So we can use the how to get these details? Get text.
You will have an activity called get text. Okay. I would rate 5 out of 10 for your work, whatever you have done. Still, there are a lot of improvements for this. Okay, but end of this sessions, whatever we are doing, right, I will make sure you are doing your process in a best way. Okay, so tomorrow when you are again meeting me, I want you to get the data from Excel sheet. I want you to put this to additional columns like employee ID and official email ID. I want you to put 3 or 4 records in that Excel. For each and every person, you'll have to update employee ID and official email. That's it. Okay, so when you are triggering this bot, it should update for those 4 people, and 2 people should be male, 2 people should be female. Okay, thanks, Sushmita. Anybody else, please, wanted to share your screen? Any problems anywhere? Vanshika, did you try doing this? Great. Yes. If you're speaking, you're on mute, Vanshika. Vanshika, you're on mute if you're speaking. I can see on mute. Please speak.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, I have taken bookborn site, sir.
Okay, sir.
And in that, sir, it's showing.
Vanshika, if you have problem in speaking in English, just speak in Telugu and get it clarified. I don't have any problem.
Okay, sir.
చెప్పండి
సార్ నా స్క్రీన్ చూపిస్తుంది సార్
నాకు అనిపిస్తుంది.
ఓకే ఓపెన్ బ్రౌజర్ తీసుకున్నాను. దీంట్లో వెబ్సైట్ తీసుకొని దీని టైప్ ఇంటూ యాక్టివిటీ తీసుకొని అండ్
Okay, come down. And Vanshika, if I'm asking you one question,
yes, sir.
you said you put password as Jagan@9083, right?
Yes.
So as you are in the first, like very beginning stage, that's fine. You gave some password there. But
Yes,
in an
sir.
ideal scenario, can we show our password to somebody else?
No, sir.
Okay, so just remember this point, Vanshika. Later on stage, I will make sure you are not showing your password like this, like you are showing me now.
Oh,
Okay, now just run and show me if your robot is able to log in. And why did you put another open browser, Vanshika, after you clicked on sign in?
for sign in action.
Okay, let it run. Then I will see what you have done. Okay, now.
For login,
Can you click on run and show me this? Okay, it's running.
login కి తీసుకున్నాను.
తీసుకున్నారు కానీ మీ login page ఏది? I can't see your login page because you have not shared your full screen. You only shared screen with uipathstudio. You need to stop sharing screen and again share your screen with full screen.
Okay, sir.
Guys, another 5 minutes and then we will continue today's topic. Okay, now please click on run again. I mean run file. Run file, yeah. Lakshmi, you have anything to show? No, Vanshika, you can share. I'm just asking her. Your audio has some issues, Lakshmi. If you are speaking, I can't hear you. Nirmala, anything you have to share?
And now connected mobile, sir. I value.
Hi, sir. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you, Lakshmi.
Yes, sir. Once Vanshika is done, I will ready to share my screen, sir.
Okay, fine. Vanshika, so basically you're telling you are showing me your login part, right? So you wanted to open a browser, you wanted to type your username, you want to type your password, and then click on this login button, right?
Yes, sir.
But whatever I am seeing only uipath, I'm not seeing your Chrome. I think everybody is not seeing your Chrome. When you are sharing the screen, you will have an option to share your full screen. I'm only seeing your uipathstudio. And you're having this UI issue.
Okay,
I'll speak to you separately, Vanshika. Yeah, there is something you need to fix here.
Okay, sir.
Close, stop sharing screen. Lakshmi, can you please start your sharing screen? Please go on mute. You're on mute. Okay.
Yes, sir. Can you?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah. First I practiced this one HR onboarding form.
Okay.
As you explained yesterday, same I think. Just I gave I created variables for first name and last name.
Okay.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
And some set text for date of birth.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. No problem.
So message box. That's it. I will run this. Yeah, that is delay activity. Sorry.
Problem, but actually I'm seeing only uipathstudio, not your
Ah,
Chrome.
okay.
So when you are sharing the screen, you will have an option to share full screen.
Full screen. One
Like when you
second.
clicked on that share option, you will see screen. Just select that screen and then I can see your full screen, like whatever on your desktop, like other applications also. Can you minimize this?
ఇక్కడ స్టాప్ ప్రెజెంటింగ్ అండ్ గివ్ కంట్రోల్ అన్ని ఆప్షన్స్ వస్తున్నాయి.
ఇక్కడ టాప్ రైట్ side లో share option ఉంది కదా. When you click on that share option, what is
Yes,
that it's
sir.
coming for you? Once you stop sharing a screen,
Windows.
a window, and then left side, are you seeing anything like screen?
Yes, sir. Screen.
Yeah, click on that screen.
Yes, sir. Now you.
Yeah, now I can see your full screen. Super. Now please close your HR onboarding, which is already open. Then trigger the
Yeah.
run file.
Yes.
Guys, like this is for everybody. Whenever you want to share your screen, please share full screen. Okay, your bot just opened HR onboarding form. It's typing
First name is
Adya.
delayed activity. Yes, sir.
That's fine. That's fine. But you are understanding. You understood that concept, right?
Yes, sir. I did. And after clicking message box, it is submitting.
And please try to get that employee ID and employee email ID from that text box. Whatever you did is you type the data. I also
Okay, sir.
told to get that data from the text box. So today, please do that task.
Definitely, sir.
And one more thing, Adya, Sri Lakshmi, these are all called hard-coded values. You already know to retrieve the data from Excel what to do, which is read range activity. So get the data from Excel, then do it. If I change the values in Excel, automatically that name should change when you're doing it,
Sir,
right?
yes, sir. First, I assigned it to a variable, sir. First name and second name, last name.
Yeah, correct.
Here you can see I have assigned it to the. I gave customer last name and customer first name.
You have put the variable name, but what I'm asking is, let's say
Okay.
if you are running this for any times, it will always give Adya and Sri, right? It will, those
Yes.
variable names
Yes.
will not change the value.
Yes, we should get it from Excel sheet.
Anything else you want to share?
No, sir.
Bookboon,
Tomorrow
did you try?
Sorry?
Bookboon website, did you try?
Website?
Yeah, this Bookboon website, whatever
Bookboon,
you do.
yes. Yes, sir.
Are you
It's
able to
same
log in?
like. No, it's not a login, sir. It's
Okay.
it is some registration form.
Okay, super. At least
It's
you
not
tried
login.
to register. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir. Let me run this file. It is same like onboard form. Yeah. For password, what should we do, sir?
I will tell
Because
you.
I typed here password.
Lakshmi, you gave all the details and then you showed a message box saying registration successful. So how are you confirming that registration is successful? As you're giving a message to the user saying registration successful, let's say, for example, the same thing you're doing, and you give a message to user saying balance transfer successful. But are you doing any check that registration is successful? The moment you click on this I agree button, you put registration successful. So after that, I will tell you in today's session, that is what I wanted to teach you.
Okay.
Few topics. Then you put this registration successful button after today's session.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thanks. Well done, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Nirmala, do you want to share? If you want to share, your voice is slightly feeble. Can't hear you properly. Is that everybody also having problem in hearing to Nirmala?
Yes, sir. I think some disturbance is there.
Sorry, Nirmala, I think I need to continue. If you have anything, please connect with me separately because I need to do today's session. Okay, very good. Well done, everybody. So let's learn few more things on top of yesterday's session. So yesterday, where did we stop? Okay, I'll start the new example here. So we have already learned all of these things like opening the browser, clicking the activities, typing the things, adding a delay when you wanted to type something. So everything is already covered and I can clearly see the results. You have already done something. Super. So now I saw in Sumit, when Sushmit, right? Sorry. Sushmit, when Sushmit was doing this, I saw he has put one click activity that will only click male. So he has done that development so that only male gender will be clicked. If it's female, also it will click on male only. So how do we do that? So first learn this concept called passing a variable to a selector. This is very important topic. That is the reason I did not teach you yesterday. I wanted to take this as a separate topic. Understand this terminology. Passing a variable to a selector. In interview, if somebody is asking you, can you pass a variable to a selector? The answer should be yes. And today we will learn how. Okay. And going forward after this today's session, whatever I am doing, please do in your machines also the same HR onboarding form. Okay, let's learn this concept of passing a variable to a selector. We are doing it how? For that example where I want to click if it's male, then click male. If it is female, then click female. But my activity should be only one click activity. Okay, let's learn that. For that, I'll quickly build that from scratch. I wanted open browser. I'll put this open browser activity. Then I need this Chrome, which is HR onboarding. Onboarding process. Let me take that URL as well. I'll put this URL and in the browser I'll say Chrome. And let me first open this HR onboarding form via robot. I just clicked on run file. So it should open this HR onboarding form that everybody uses. So now I'll not again start with type into text, click everything because everybody knows how it will work. So I'll directly go to that point where I want to pass a variable to a selector. So there are two things we will learn: variable concept, selector concept. So we all know what is variable. We all know what is selector. We have already learned the selector concept yesterday. So we will learn this concept today, passing a variable to a selector. So like I promised, I will use only one click activity. One click activity, I am using this one click activity and then I'm putting it to the center. Okay, now I should indicate this particular radio button. Let it be a gender as male or female. So let me select this particular radio button. I have selected it. Okay, now tell me if I am running this, will it select male or female?
Male.
Male, right? Because I have select clearly if I go to this edit selector, my validate it was success. And then if I highlight this, it was clearly highlighting the gender as male. But again, my problem is I wanted this selector to respond based on the gender, whatever I wanted to click. So one click activity should either click on male or female, like whatever I am telling it to click. So now let me introduce a new concept which you have never seen so far called UI Explorer. Okay, so if you want to go to UI Explorer. There are two ways. Okay. First way, if you see this option here, UI Explorer, if you click on this, it will open UI Explorer window. So I will teach you what is UI Explorer, how it will help you and other things. So there are two ways to open UI Explorer. That is like a new wizard, a new window. I just clicked on UI Explorer. It should open. Yeah, it's open. So this is called UI Explorer. So I will tell you what is this, of what happens, everything. So this is one way to open UI Explorer. I just clicked on this button. And another way, if you go to this edit selector, for which I have already clicked on that gender male, then I will just click on open in UI Explorer. So in both the ways, you can open UI Explorer. So in interviews, if somebody is asking you about UI Explorer, please don't go blank. UI Explorer is a very simple concept which is related to selector concept. Okay, now let's understand this UI Explorer concept. Please, guys, I'll not repeat this again and again in our further sessions. So I want your utmost attention. So like I said yesterday only, right? The color is green color. If it is green color, my selector is valid. If it is red color, not valid. If it is yellow color, I have modified the selector. So it will show in yellow color. I also showed you if it is highlighted, if I want to highlight that field, I will click on highlight the option. And now very important thing is these right hand side, whatever you are seeing are called attributes. Okay, attributes. So now if you want to add more attributes to your selector, that is also possible. If you remember yesterday, I said, please don't trust UiPath blindly and think that whatever selector UiPath is provided. For example, this is a selector UiPath is provided that will work always. Only 50%. I'm not even telling 90% based on my experience. I've done almost 30 to 40 projects for different complex projects. Only 40 to 50% of the times, whatever UiPath selector has given you, that is a trustable. That is something you can trust. But other things as a developer, you need to check. So how do I fine tune this selector is now you go back here and see what is something you can put it in the selector. Now let's say if I select ID equal to male. If I say ID equal to male, if I tick this, automatically that will come here. See ID equal to male. Now if I put AA name is another attribute. If I tick this, automatically AA name is coming up here. Now I have added these two additional fields and then I said validate. Now my selector is valid. If I click on highlight, it's still highlighted the male radio button. So far, so good. Let's say I don't want this AA name, then also I can just untick this, that AA name attribute is gone. Again, I click on validate. So I need to keep checking if my selector is working as expected or not working as expected. So my next question is, if ID equal to male, then it is highlighting that radio button where we have that as male. Let's say if I'm saying ID equal to female. Now again, I'm doing validate. And then again, I'm doing highlight. See, now it's female was highlighted. So with this, what I am trying to tell you is whatever value you have inside this attribute, if ID equal to male, then it will click that male radio button. If ID equal to female, it will click that radio button of female radio button. Do you agree with me or anybody says, no, sir, I did not understand this concept? I'm saying if ID equal to male, it will tick that male radio button. If ID equal to female, it will tick female radio button.
Yes.
Okay. Now what I will do, I will just say save. If I'm saying save, then if I go to uipathstudio, automatically come here, I'm saying okay. Now let's see what is happening. If I wanted to run this from scratch, I will close this. Now it clearly says ID equal to female. This is showing red color because that Chrome I closed, so that is not found. Now I will run this and let's see what is happening. Okay, browser was opened, but page was still loading. Now page was ready. It clicked on female. So in the ID, it was clearly saying ID equal to female. So it clicked on female. If I say male, it will click on male. So that's no problem. But I cannot put male or female here because this is gonna depend based on who is using that robot at what, based on the record whatever you have in the Excel sheet. If the Excel sheet is having male, it should click on male. If the Excel sheet is having female, it should click on female. But you cannot strictly put male or female here like I have done it now. For that, what I will do is let me introduce this concept called passing a variable. So to pass a variable to the selector. Now let's take an activity called assign activity. And I'm putting it inside this to block of this open browser. Now I'm just saying Control K, and here I'm saying gender. Okay, everybody know how to create a variable. So I'm just saying gender. Now once gender is created, I will just put this double quotes here and say MALE, male. So now I am giving click gender, gender equal to male. So now if I'm going to this click activity, and then here if I'm going to edit selector, now completely remove this female. Remove this female here and go to this double single quote and then do right click. I'm repeating again, do right click. When you do right click, it will show you an option saying use variable. Use variable means whatever you have already created, you can use that variable. So I'm saying use variable. Now, what is that variable you wanted to use? I want to use this gender variable. Just select this gender variable and then say confirm. One more thing you need to always remember is whenever you are passing a variable, this is a variable, right? Whatever we have created, that is a variable. Whenever you are passing a variable to your selector and you do validate, it will 100% time show you red color, which is not a valid. So don't worry. Whenever you are passing a variable to your selector will always give you this red color error, which is not validated, but you don't need to worry about it. Now I'm saying, okay. So with this, what I am doing is this click activity will not only click male. This click depends on gender variable. Hope you understood, this click depends on gender variable. If I'm saying gender equal to male, then it will click the male radio button. If I'm saying gender equal to female, it will click the female radio button. So ultimately, this is serving our purpose. Like I have told Sushmit, use only one click activity, which is gonna applicable for both the genders. Not only gender, in the future, you'll see multiple scenarios related to this. And this is how you need to do it. And this is the answer to this interview question, passing a variable to a selector. You can pass it like this by just going to that selector. You do right click, use the variable and done. Now with this, if I'm saying male, then I close this and then I run this. So when I said gender equal to male, it will go and click that male radio button. And one more thing, you don't need to put any delays or anything like that. Just wanted to tell you about that. I will also give you an alternative solution other than this delay activity. So the page is still loading. Sometimes it is faster, sometimes it is slower. But I want to click mail, then it clicked on this mail. But the same application, if I wanted to click on female, I should just say FEML, MALE, female. I will quickly close this and then run this. Now the variable, based on the variable name, this click activity is working because this variable we have passed it into that selector. Simple. Right? Clear, everybody?
Yes,
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Suppose in the Excel sheet we have a male and female both genders. So do we have to use if activity over here?
Can a person have both the activities at the same time? You're getting my point? Can a person have both the genders at the same time?
No, no.
So obvious that scenario, at least relating to this topic. this scenario?
No, this scenario only one.
Only one. But for example, if you want to click let's say there is a checkbox and you need to click multiple checkbox. Let's say instead of gender example, let's take country example. I have told you yesterday. Let's say that Excel sheet is giving you like India, comma, USA, comma, UK, comma, some other country. Let's say you need to select all those countries, whatever mentioned in the Excel in your application. And that cases, you need to do something else. But this one is the concept where you need to select either male or female. Hope it's clear.
Sir, hello. Sir, are you
Yeah,
hear me?
Yes, Nirmala, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one doubt. In case male or female, any of the login the page, we can use which activity, sir? Anyone? So one time female, one time male. That concept.
One time male, one time female. That you can use this click activity only, like whatever we have done now, where we have passed this variable. So this variable should tell me who is that person, if that person is male or if that person is female. So this gender variable should tell me what's the gender of that particular person, and then you pass that gender to this click activity. Is that the answer you are expecting, or if your question is different, then please you need to repeat your question again.
So, is if yes, sir. Sir, we can use one login form. It's sometimes use male and sometimes use female also log in the forms.
Yeah.
So that time, what the concept we will use in this place?
You do one thing, Nirmala. If you have any form, something related to that, maybe if you have any form which you would have seen already, get it ready. We will work on it when you are working for your practice. Okay, at that time I will tell you how to do that. Is that okay,
sir?
Nirmala?
Okay. Yeah,
Just
okay.
find out that form, then just ping me, maybe in the WhatsApp or maybe tomorrow when we are again connecting. Tomorrow means on Monday. When we are again connecting, right, we will work on that scenario. It's clear. Now, Sri Lakshmi or Vanshika, any other questions from your side?
No.
Okay.
Sir, we can use same concept for onboarding. We did yesterday. Same form we can use. We can assign variables for this form.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now let me introduce another very important activity called element exist. Okay, so element exist is one of the important activity in UiPath. Now again, I'm telling you the previous classic version, whatever we have at that time, this activity name was element exist. Okay, now current modern version, they have updated this activity, but the functionality is same, but they have updated the name to check app. I will for this demonstration purpose, I am taking this activity. So element exist. Now, Sushmit, can you tell me what do you understand by this terminology? Element exist.
The robot will check if the element in the page is existing or not.
Exactly, super. Robot will check if element is there or not. Now, based on this explanation, let me, in the same route, I will tell you what is the concept. Let's say, for example, okay, in some applications, let's say this is one of the basic application. But when you're dealing with some applications, let's say mobile number text field is not available. Or else when robot opened this form, suddenly this was closed due to some system issue or any other issue. Suddenly this was closed. Do you think we type mobile number when your application is closed? Is that possible? No, because our web application is only not there. Our Chrome was completely closed. From where do you type this mobile number? Where do you type? You cannot type it anywhere. Right? So let me tell you that concept. Element exists, like Sushmi said, a robot will check if element is there or not. Is there or not? Let me again write it here. Is there or not? If it is there, then it should give you true. If it is not there, it should give you false. So this true or false, what is the variable type? If it is there, it should give you true. If it is not there, it should give you false. So which variable type is dealing with true or false?
Boolean.
Super. Boolean. Chalo. Now what I'll do is I will use this element exists concept. Now I will type element exist, and then you should see an element exist activity, and then I will put it here. Okay. Now I should check this. Let's say if I wanted to click this male or female or whatever. Let me first see if that gender this field is there or not. If it is there only, I want to click. If it is not there, I don't want to click. So always make sure you use this element exist activity. I will just click on this and say indicate on screen, and I'll go to that Chrome, and then I will see this particular label. If this gender label is there or not. Okay, now I have indicated. Now, if it is there, I told you it will give you true. If it is not there, it will give you false. Let's create this variable. And if, like I told you yesterday, you click on these three dots, it will tell you Boolean. Means if it is there, true. If it is not there, false. So whenever you're creating a Boolean, whenever you're creating a variable, we have seen str so far, integer. Now we are creating a variable called Boolean. To create a Boolean variable, you should say bool Control K, bool underscore is gender available. I just created this variable called is gender available. That's it. Now if gender is available or not available, I wanted to display. For that, what I will do, I will take this message box activity, and here I will say is gender bool is gender available or not through string. Okay, now let's see what we shall do. I'm closing this and I will run this. So everybody know it will load for some time, and it should basically check for that field called gender. If that gender is available, it should give you true. Let me show you practically. Okay, gender was available. Gender screen was ready, but still page was loading. Now it should give you true. That means if this is available, it was giving you true. Now let me stop this process. Now what I will do is, after coming to this point, okay, when robot is coming to this point, let me close this. And also I told you other day, element exists, you should tell the robot wait for 30 seconds for that element to come on your screen, or wait for 60 seconds, or wait for 120 minutes. By default, it will wait for how many seconds? 30 seconds. If you go to this activities at the right hand side, it will tell you specify the amount of time. By default, it is 30 seconds. Let's say I want the robot to wait 5 seconds. 5 seconds is 5,000. So let me first close this existing existing onboarding form. Now I will run this up. So this is loading. Okay, let it completely load. I've put the breakpoint here. Okay, this is completely ready. Gender is also available here. So now what I will do is, if I do step into, can somebody guess me what is bool is gender available will display?
True.
If I close this browser at this moment, what will be the output?
False.
False.
My question is, will it give you false, or will it throw you an exception? Like it will throw you an error.
Error. Exception.
Okay, Sushmit says it will throw an exception. Sri Lakshmi,
I think it will throw false.
it will throw false. Nirmala,
I think it is
Vanshika?
false, sir.
Okay, Nirmala says false. Vanshika, what is your answer?
False.
False. Okay, let me close this. Now I am doing element exist. At element exist 5 seconds. Now if you see, the message box is showing you false. It will show you false. Yeah, now it's showing you false. So what I am trying to tell you here is element exist. Element exist. If it is there, it is true. If it is not there, it is false. That gender is not there, that particular field is not available. So this element exists, will go and check if that particular selector, if you can say this is a selector, the gender field is anywhere available, it will keep checking. After that 5 seconds, it will directly throw you as false. That means that field was not available. Now tell me, if that field was not available, and if I wanted to go and click on this female, will it click on female? Where will it click on female? When you don't even have this application, where will you go and click on this male or female? That is called, basically, you get this exception called selector exception. Now this concept is called selector issue, because your screen is not available, but you're still trying to click somewhere. In ideal scenario, this should not happen, right? If your gender is not available, you don't even try to click on this. If only gender is available, then only click. For that, what you need to do is, let me show you what you need to do in that scenario. I'm just deleting this message box. I'm taking this if activity. In the if activity, what I will do is, if this gender is true, that means if bool is gender available equal to true, then please click this. That means click this female or male, whatever you want. So always please put this element exist when you wanted to do something. And if it is available only, go and click the gender. If it is not available, let's throw a message box to the user. Screen is not ready. Okay, now let's do one more thing. Okay, one more important thing. After this is ready, in the element exists, let's say only 1 second. Only 1 second, I'm saying. Element exists will wait for this gender for only 1 second, and let's see what is happening. So it's just loaded. So it will check for the gender for 1 second. If within that 1 second, if it was still not available, then it will throw an error. See, even if you put element exist as 1, that means in 1 second only, what was still able to click on this female? The reason is, after this open browser URL is completely opened, completely loaded, then only it will come to this element exists, the inside activity, whatever you have. So you don't need to put any delay inside here until unless your application is responding very slow. Once you open this, your URL is opened, and once your URL is ready, then your element exists. We'll go and check if that is found, then it will throw true. Now let's do one more thing, same like this. I am doing Let me do debug. So this time it should not even throw any error for us, because if the element is there, you click. If element is not there, you don't click. See, when your screen is loading, the robot is still not even come yet. So only after this is completely loaded up to some reasonable point, then it come to this point. So what I will do now, I will close this off. I will close this. Now let's see if element is exist is giving you something. Element exists, I am doing step into. So element exist is false. When it is false, element exist is false. So you are not even clicking this. You're not even clicking this. You're just throwing this message to the user saying screen is not ready. And then you're coming out of it. So you will not get any error. Hope everybody is clear. Or if you want me to show something else, I will quickly show you something else at this moment right now. Sir, why should I do all this drama, sir? Why should I put element exist? Why should I check if it is there or not? If it is there, you click. If it is not there, you do it like this. Why should I do it? If you have a problem, then I will show you something. Notepad. I want to type something to Notepad. Let's say I want to remove this everything. I want to type to this Notepad. Just I should indicate this Notepad. I have indicated here. Hello, everyone. So now if I'm running this, it will go and see if there is any Notepad related to where we have indicated. If it is found, it will go and say hello everyone. So far, so clear, which was absolutely working as expected. Now, what is the timeout second? It is 30 seconds. So I don't want to wait for 30 seconds. For this demonstration purpose, I'm saying 5 seconds. Now I want to close this off. I don't want this notepad opened here. So when I'm running this, let's see what happens. When your notepad is not ready, where will UiPath go and type? You're typing it, but where will it type? It will wait for 5 seconds to check if notepad is open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And finally, you get this message. This message, if you see runtime execution error, just understand if any person, your client in the future, you are going to work with some client. Let's say if you're working with non-technical person, let's say if you're working with who don't know anything about Notepad, can you show this message to the user? If you're showing this message to user, will you understand?
No.
For me, at least as a developer, for you people who are going to be upcoming developers, you will only not understand at this moment, right? What is this runtime execution error? If even in some of the websites, if you go to some website, like for example, income tax website or some websites, if you go, you still see some tags like something like this. See, this is not a right way of doing the development. If you show runtime execution error, source type into readable text, message, exception type, what will client understand? What is exception type? What is selector not found exception? Nobody in this universe will understand except UiPath developers, because this is UiPath related exception. To avoid this, only what I am saying is, first, please put element exist. Please put element exist. If element exist is giving you true, it will type. If element exist is giving you false, it will not even try to type anything. It will come out of it. It will not throw any message. That is called handling an exception. That is a different concept we will learn from after 1 or 2 days. That is the importance of element exist. And whatever the screenshot that pop-up I showed you, right? Don't deliver any robot in the future which will give you that pop-up. That pop-up nobody will understand. If you put a pop-up like that, if you are giving that pop-up, they will directly drop an email to you saying, hello, bot support team, hello, UiPath developer. I'm seeing this I'm seeing this pop-up on my screen. Can you please let me understand what is that? By just looking at that pop-up, even you are the developer, you will also not understand what is that pop-up. But you would have properly handled this pop-up. This is something only experienced person will tell you. Other trainers will not tell you this scenario because they would also not have experience. these things, only person who has faced these issues in real-time scenarios, they will only tell you how to handle the positive scenario, how to handle the negative scenario. So even because when Sushmit showed me a screen, when other 2-3 people showed me a screen, everybody has not done it in a proper way, but that's when you have done the very basic level things. But going to the next level, even if your application closes suddenly, if let it be crashed somewhere or due to any problem it's closed, it should basically handle that problem, that how to handle that exception, everything. We have separate exception handling concept. But today I was mainly focusing on this activity called element exist. And one more thing, the alternative for alternative for delay activity is element exist. Delay, we put delay for, why do we need to put delay? If the application is loading very slow, we should put delay. But why do we need to put delay when we have element exist? Element exist is also going to do the same thing. But additional benefit of element exist is, if you see element exist, if it is loaded less than 30 seconds, that's fine, it will come down. So if it is loaded in 1 or 2 seconds, it will come down. But maximum time it will wait for that element to come is 30 seconds. So please put element exist instead of delay activity. That is what I'm overall trying to tell you here. Clear? Now I would take, if I have any questions or any problems in whatever we have learned so far. Any questions, anybody?
No, sir, clear.
Okay, so whatever you have learned, right? Whatever you have learned today, yesterday, all of them are related to web automation only, but it will also help you to do any Windows-based automations also. For example, calculator. Just start doing this calculator example. If you want to do 5 plus 2, if you want to do a notepad example, if you want to type something to notepad, anything is possible. Just your extra time to do some practice is very important. And like I said again, all 4 of you, please get the data from Excel sheet and fill it into your HR onboarding form. And another task for you is, if first record it is typing, after entering the first record, close your HR onboarding form in the Chrome and let's see what is happening with the second record. Because tomorrow is Saturday and Sunday, experiment in different ways. What if your application is closed? But ultimately, I don't want that pop-up coming up on your screen. For that, I told you element exists. We'll go and check if that particular element is found. If it is found, then type the things. If it is not found, don't even type the things. Okay. If that's okay for you, I think we can close the call for today. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we will not be able to connect again. Again, I will see you on 29th of August. And I also wanted to update 31st is Ganesh Chaturthi. So I will not be able to do the session on that day, which is 31st. But if needed, we will do in weekends following that day. Hope that is clear for you because it's festival, so I cannot do the session on 31st of September. Sorry, 31st of August.
Sir, can we have sessions tomorrow and day after tomorrow? Because in the next weekend we will be in a rush, and Vajrangs are saying we should close it by 3rd.
See, if you want, no, see, Lakshmi, if you
Yes.
people want, I can do it immediately. But for example, if you take Vanshika, she recently joined after 4 or 5 days. So first of all, I wanted her to go through all those, and you people also have continuously learning the things. So
Yes.
these 2 days is mainly for you people to do some practice.
Okay. Okay.
So these 2 days do the practice. So 31st we will anyhow not connect, but 3rd and 4th I will definitely connect and do additional, let's say Saturday one and a half for 2 hours. Maybe we can take some break. like morning 1 hour, maybe like whatever time suitable, like, or else 2 hours in a stretch. Ultimately, I want, sir, let's do it 2 hours, 2 hours. I can do any hours of time. I don't have any problem. The problem is whatever I'm teaching you, how much is coming for you? Not just like I'm giving you something, but you're not practicing it.
Okay. Sir, I have a request. Next weekend, that is third, I think, third Saturday, Saturday and Sunday. Can we have it a little early,
Sure, sure.
not in the evening?
Just tell me how it will work out. We can plan the things.
Yes.
But just need your feedback or anything, because like you're saying you wanted something bit early, and other people are also agreeing with me. If it works for me, then we can do it
Yes.
off, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Vanshika, special request for you. These 2 days, I want you to fully utilize, and please go through those videos, whatever I have done from scratch, like how to create a variable, what is the argument, everything we discussed. These 2 days will help you, Vanshika, to go through those things. And again, from next week, I want you to be a normal person like all the other 3 people.
Okay, sir.
Okay, any doubt, like I have already told you, just ping.
Okay,
At
sir.
least if I'm not immediately responding, but I will respond.
Okay, sir.
See, whatever I am telling you, know, that will only benefit you. And if people like, if anybody is a fresher, I wanted to tell you on record or else off record, there are few openings or opportunities for the freshers as well. But if you are in a very beginning stage, we cannot send you to that fresher or to that company, because even a fresher level also, they need some basic strong. So if you're really performing well, I would definitely suggest your name. Anything else? Nirmala, I think your side some audio issues. So please look after that, Nirmala.
Sir, sure.
Yeah, thank you. Anything else? Okay, if nothing else, have a good weekend. Happy learning. See you again on Monday.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And Monday also from Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks. Bye, everyone. You can disconnect.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.